Well, I mean, I'm not really interested in coming in and just giving you offers. That's just me giving free appraisals, really, is what that is.
Yeah.
For the next guy that comes in, and you can say, well, this guy offered me this much. Hey guys, and welcome back. So I just got a call this afternoon from a couple. They're looking after an estate nearby. Now it's this woman's father's place, and he's 100 years old and just moved into a retirement home recently. So it's his house. He's been there for about 20 years, but it sounds like he brought a lot with him from his previous farm. Now the only potential downside to this could be that they've been at it for a couple months now, and I don't know how much they've taken out of the house to this point. So here's hoping there's enough left there for me to make it worth my while. Let's go check it out.
I'm not sure.
You have some
Is
patio.
this an old coal scuttle?
Like an ash pail?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah.
That's for, okay. Yeah, what about the patio furniture?
Patio furniture is all in there too. I can give you facts on the patio furniture. 1957-ish,
Yep.
around there. Those chairs were always sitting on the front porch.
Yep.
So they are 50s, 60s, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're really popular. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
And they're solid too.
Mm-hmm.
They were in there. These, I don't know.
Yeah, they're not too bad. Some of them aren't that old. They made them.
They're heavy.
They still make them today. But yeah, they are heavy cast. Yeah, they're good for, like, that would make a good stand for like a potted plant or something. Yeah, I gotta keep these things in mind here as we look through the rest of the stuff. I just want to get a feel for how much you're actually dealing with here.
Hey, Marilyn. Yes. You got company.
Just had this set for probably a little while, huh? What are you guys doing with all like the little stuff inside of it?
Well, that's another thing we have to figure out.
Okay.
So if there's things in there that you think are valuable, then
Yeah.
I could just ask you about them, maybe?
sure.
Yeah. What have you guys been doing with a lot of this small stuff as you go through the house? Have you been...
If we thought it was not valuable, Goodwill gets it.
Okay.
I've taken 25 loads to Goodwill.
Holy cow. Did I hear that right? Did he just say he took 25 loads to the Goodwill? I don't even want to think about the stuff I missed.
Three antique dealers in to have a look at it.
Okay, am I the first one?
Yep.
You are the first
Oh, that's
one
good to
today,
know.
but I've got Marilyn made pictures for two others
Yeah.
earlier today. This room is jam full.
It was, huh?
It was.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, yeah, it was so crazy.
Like we took
Well, everything was jammed full.
we took everything out of here except what you see, and what's left is actually
Well, the closet's jammed full right now of everything. Got boxes in there. I don't know.
What did you put in there?
what do we put in the boxes? Tapes and
That's what we have in here.
What do you mean when you say tapes?
we're talking
Oh,
about
like
Old fashioned.
like cassette tapes?
Yeah.
I actually buy some of those if they haven't been
Oh
used.
my goodness.
if they haven't been used.
Oh, we do have.
Yeah, because there's some right here. Yeah, I noticed a couple things on top here. Just cassette tapes are, well, in my age group, some people are slowly starting to get back into them a little bit. So I am grabbing some of them because so many of them just get thrown out. There's a couple there. So that's a slide carousel. Yeah, so slides. I mean, there are some older slides that some people are slowly collecting. It could be like a railroad or something along those lines, but for the most part, not too much.
These all be family.
So this is all just, yeah, so I'm not going to find more of those tapes or anything in here. It looks like mostly photos.
I don't think
Slides.
I'll find any more either.
Yeah,
Okay.
We have seats.
Yeah, so basically what I saw on top here is probably all I'm going to find in there. Okay. Nice heavy
Yeah.
iron
My,
set here.
Sister gets that.
She does? Oh, okay. Mhm.
Yeah.
She claimed that.
The other sister gets that stuff.
Yeah, she gets that.
There's an old cabinet. We labeled antique. I don't know.
Okay.
So that's gone. That's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, but that cabinet.
The ladder's just leaning against there. It's nothing to
It's
do
old
with
too.
that.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you mentioned you've contacted a couple other antique dealers in addition to myself. But we can. But if I see some things I'm interested in, we can make deals today if it works out. Now, if you caught that, they mentioned that they've been in contact with a few antique dealers, and I just happened to be the first one to show up. Now, that's great and everything, but I had to stop all forward motion at that point and let it be known that I am not interested in getting into some sort of bidding war. I don't know where I'm going to be a week or two from now if they do or do not call me back. I could be waist deep in an estate and have no interest in going back at all.
Harold's the boss on that.
No, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm not really interested in coming in and just giving you offers. That's just me giving free appraisals, really, is what that is.
Yeah.
For the next guy that comes in, and you can say, well, this guy offered me this much. And then the third person comes in, this guy offered me this much. It becomes
Well, it would depend on, like, if you gave us a good offer and we thought, yeah, that sounds like a good, like-
Well, I mean, that's what I do. I mean, I'm as fair as I possibly can be on something I'm interested in. But I also don't want to just have to walk through it all just to find out I may or may not get anything. And
usually the early bird gets the worm.
That's true.
yeah, yeah, I rushed right over after I got your message. Okay, so I'll take a quick look through this stuff here.
This is on the floor because it wouldn't stay up. Just
Well, I think what I'll do is put more reinforcements in the top. You know where the reinforcements are?
Looks like the records are pretty well cared for.
Yeah, they're
I just-
generally fairly careful with the boots.
I'm mainly looking for rock and roll, and maybe a little bit of a jazz.
Probably not what you're going to find. For
No, I'll look because sometimes we'll find something.
Yeah, rock and roll is not
Not
their
with Rory and
thing.
Beth.
No.
No, just it wasn't their generation, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I went to old games, they're really old, some of them.
Yeah, there's a Chinese checkers there on the bottom, and a couple game boards from some others.
Well, we had to wait a while before we could invite anybody in because what is packed rat here.
Yeah. Oh, I would have loved to have seen it when it was full. Those are my favorite kind of places.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. The more the better. I love digging through piles.
Not ours, I'm telling you.
This is kind of funny here. This is a cassette adapter to fit into your 8-track player.
Okay.
I've never actually seen one before. It's kind of different.
I don't really know anything about that stuff, but. Oh, this is getting. I know, because it was a big.
So chocolates.
Yeah, there's old boxes of stuff, and I didn't know whether that was a valuable thing or not.
Some can be.
It's so old that.
Not a lot, but some are. So here's a couple of Pyrex bowls you were talking
those are
about.
the ones we were thinking of. We put them out because we saw them online on the computer. We thought, oh, these things are valuable things.
Yeah, there's some patterns that still do pretty well. It is starting to die off after about 10 years of being really popular. I buy them here and there. I don't pay a whole lot for them, but there are some people that still really love them.
A lot of old stuff came from the farm.
Yeah, he mentioned that. I could see definitely some dated items that were brought over from the farm. Tin picnic basket here. It's kind of different.
Is that Blue Mountain stuff? Any?
Not too much of it. There's some pieces that still have a lot of value. There are some bigger, rare animals. There's different colors that have some value. This is more of the common stuff right here, the small planters. Yeah.
Well, I never know.
Well, I mean, the trends change very quickly these
They
days.
do, yeah.
It's really hard to stay on top of it. Okay, yeah, we got a couple nice little rugs under here too, huh?
They're handmade. I remember my grandmother used to do hot rugs and quilts.
Oh, even a Dixie cup dispenser there.
Yeah, that's kind of.
That looks like it came right out of a 70s bathroom, huh? Wow, even an old little small stove there, huh?
Yeah, that was kind of funny. They brought that with them. Never used it here, but.
Now, an old counter like this, are we better just letting the rips there or taping it up?
I wouldn't put tape on it. I was gonna come look at it once I got around here. So this is from London, realtor.
63, yeah.
So, was this your dad when he was a realtor, or was this just somebody else?
He worked for that fellow first, and then he worked on his own after.
Okay.
So that was when he first started out.
Yeah, it's something I might be interested in. I wouldn't try and fix the rips on it. Any kind of old paper items in advertising, I kind of like. The closer to home, the better.
Somebody did.
So this is the scale you told me about on the phone here, huh? The old
Yes,
Toledo
yes,
scale.
that's it.
Toledo scale.
Yeah.
So do you know where this came out of? By chance, like a more specific store it came out of? Or is it just something that was kind of around the farm for a while?
I don't really know. I
A
think.
relative that ran a general store.
Oh, is that it? Okay. You know more about it than I do.
We got a little stereo viewer here. Looks like it's...
Yeah, that's a really old thing.
Yeah, I've got one right now with a whole bunch of these. Unfortunately, this one here is a little battered. It's missing the handle on the bottom.
Kids play with it.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're not exactly built to last. And even a few toys too. If this still works. Well, it's not playing music anyway. Alright. That's neat that it's Tom and Jerry. So this is some of the books and letters you were talking about.
These are all old books, and I kind of put them according to the subject.
Yeah.
Like these are all like readers of some type.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff is, I don't know, I guess all this is
Well, I can only imagine what's in this book here, the courtship and marriage one,
I
huh?
was thinking that'd be interesting.
Yeah,
to
you
read.
get a kick out of these. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think many of the philosophies in here would fly today.
No,
Yeah.
it's the man dominates everything.
Yeah. Not mentioning any names though, but on Marilyn's side, her grandmothers were quite ahead of their day.
Yes, at the university even, and
Ah.
her husbands didn't. They both
Oh,
went.
okay.
Well, both on my father's and my mother's side, the female head there, they went to Guelph. Wow.
Which in 1906 and 1908 is quite unusual.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. Delight to keep herself in the background.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And I'd probably say something about the children are to be heard and not seen. Yeah.
No, just seen and not heard.
Sorry, yeah, the children, children are to be seen and not heard.
I
heard that expression.
Oh
as a kid
my,
when I
yeah.
grew up. Yeah.
I like these just for that reason alone, because I love just to scan through them. A lot of the school books, things like that, they don't really have much value. It's hard to even donate them without them going in the dumpster, because there's just so many of them out there. So I like unusual stuff like that. Sometimes there's books on botany.
My own grandmother did take botany.
Well, even like old farming books, because they come in handy today for people. There's lots of people going off grid.
Yeah.
If they want to build like, their own slaughterhouse or something, they can just rely on a book.
Was in this room.
book was published in 1893 by Will, but the other company published it for
Albert College. Where would that be?
I don't even know myself.
Oh, baseball game photograph from Fort George, BC.
Yeah. Grandfather went out.
God, they
Yeah, my
taped together or
grandfather.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, my grandfather was in BC before he married my
Went
grandmother.
out west, helped
Oh, I
with
see.
thrashing, and then moved to BC.
Yeah, so
Then came back and married the
there
girl.
are pictures of things from out there. And things, newspaper articles on it too, I believe.
Wow, look at this, huh?
Get down off them horses. I don't favor looking up to the likes of you.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Love it. This one looks military.
Well, about the time they got married in World War One. This doesn't say anything, but about that. But there is a book. We were getting rid of everything in our church, and I know it's a bank book from 1947.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Canadian Imperial Bank. It wasn't Imperial Bank of Commerce then. It was just the Imperial Bank. And it said, now the Imperial Bank will allow women to come in and open their own bank account.
Oh, wow.
Being accompanied by their husbands,
Oh,
fathers.
oh. I can't even imagine how that would go over today. Yeah.
No, to digest.
We've been so busy getting rid of what we thought was a lot of junk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
mhm.
the thing is, we may have gotten rid of stuff that we shouldn't have done.
That happens, yeah. But I mean, it's hard for you to know exactly what's collectible. Yeah.
That's a neat tool to have. Put it on your phone. 30 years ago, you'd have to write it down or take a picture or put it in your mind.
Was it a tobacco farm?
No.
No, okay. I worked on a tobacco farm when I was younger. Yeah.
No.
I grew up around Elmer, so
Okay.
a lot of us worked on tobacco farms.
My back still aches when I hear that word.
It was dairy and hogs and chickens.
Looks funny.
Yes.
Okay. So do you want me to just tell you the stuff I'm interested in downstairs here?
Okay.
Maybe this Chinese checkers kind of game on the bottom,
Okay.
with a couple of the game boards. More or less kind of what's on this little stack here. That's kind of funny. I just get a kick out of that just because I like old electronics. This small stuff here is just not quite what I'm looking for. It's a little more on the common side. I do like a couple of these, the hooked rugs. So let's see here. I like the Dixie cup thing for some reason. Probably just,
Yeah, it's kind of.
well, you can still buy them today too. So I could picture somebody liking that for their bathroom. Yeah, so I like that. I do like this scale, but they're not the easiest thing in the world to sell. That's for sure. I know it's gonna have some value. That's a nice porcelain tray on there. Did you guys have a price in mind for that one?
Tell you the truth, we do not know.
No, we don't.
What,
Okay.
might as well be honest with
Yeah.
you. It could
Haven't
be
looked
worth
into
$20
that.
or 200 or,
A tough call, and see, it's been repainted, and they kind of went around this stuff here, right? It's pretty obvious. Once you look in the lights, you can see like where the paint was running. This would not be a standard color back then anyway. It would have been black, white, maybe a mint green.
I was thinking, yeah, probably black or white.
But what they did was they went around all this to keep that there. So I'm not going to make an offer on that. If you do have another dealer in, I wouldn't take anything less than 100 for it.
Really? Okay.
But let them set the price. Maybe they'll set a little bit higher at maybe a couple hundred. But I mean, they're pretty cumbersome, and so this particular one doesn't have a ton of value. Let me put it that way. But but I wouldn't give it away either, okay? There's a couple of the paper type items I like here. I'd like to read this and get into that a little bit more and learn it. And then a couple photos in this little album here. So those are some things I'm interested in. Most of this here, if you can find anybody to take them off your hands, whether they pay for them or not, that would be great. Or like I said, you could try the museum if they want any of it. I find the photos pretty interesting, but it's a lot of work to go through these. I'd rather have the old cardboard, the thick cabinet photos, or something, you know, with a little more substantial subject matter, like a baseball game, right? Or like a photo in front of a school or a military photo. That's more what I'm looking for. I did like this book, the one we talked about here.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of caught my eye too.
Yeah, no, it makes good for some good reading.
Yeah, it just makes funny. You're not interested in any of this music down here. This is all.
No, the sheet music, there's just not a market for it. Just in general, a lot of these books and sheet music, there's just not much value. So my recommendation is just kind of take what you can get for this sort of stuff here. There's not really much value at all. This stuff usually just gets pitched out, or if someone does try and sell it, it goes in like a big box lot at an auction or something, and maybe they get a few dollars for it. It's all very interesting, but people have to want it. And like I said, like there's just thousands and thousands of these books out here. If anyone ever wants them, they're very easy to find. I mean, it's all great stuff. I'm glad you saved as much as you did. And then outside, I do kind of like the matching pair of patio chairs.
You're talking about the steel chairs. You know, the white ones.
The white one.
The ones from the 50s there, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
As far as this room goes then, so it's the photos and a couple games here, the one hooked rug, this thing here, and then the pair of patio chairs outside. I'd offer you $100 for those few things.
Yeah, the rugs, we've seen those sell quite well, but that was years ago.
That was years ago, but they had a good price tag on it.
Yeah, I'm making an offer on what I think it's worth today, what I can, as a dealer, afford to pay and still make a half decent profit. Yeah.
Anything else we could offer to you to make it $125?
Have you got thoughts for the calendar?
Well, you're interested in the calendar.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Okay. Yeah.
I usually prefer something a little bit older, but it's big and someone may like it.
Maryland first, but
Yeah, it's
if
for
we
sale.
gave you the calendar first, would you offer $125 for everything? If we give you the calendar along with that.
I'll do 125 if you throw in the calendar.
Yeah,
Yeah, you want to do that?
sure.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah.
this is
All right.
the boss.
All right.
Yeah.
Boss says,
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll do it. We do have to move this stuff.
okay. Okay, so as you saw, not a bad day. I spent $125 plus $10 for those cassettes in the closet. Now, I really wish they had called me before they started cleaning out the house, because it sounds like that place was absolutely packed. So there is still some value in the house, and hopefully those other antique dealers do stop by and grab some of it to lighten the load. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on today's video. I was moving pretty quickly. Did I forget anything? Leave anything obvious behind? What was your favorite item I picked up? Leave that in the comments section below. And if you love the thrill of the hunt and estate digs like this one, check out one of these videos right here.